everyone, Joseph McDonald here with my book club. This is episode 4, and we are talking about The Imitation of Christ by Thomas A. Kempis. This book came to me right off the shelf at one of my colleagues' friends' houses, and I'm so happy it came to me because it said exactly what I was looking for out of Spirit. Right away I turned to a page, and this is a hot take, so I think it's one worth standing out with. The page is titled, or the chapter 27 is titled, On How a Personal Love Can More Than Anything Hold Us Back from Our Highest Good. So a lot of people need more self-love. Well, this page is contrast to that. Just reading a little bit here and there. Know that love of self harms you more than anything in the world. Again, really hot take there. If your love be pure, sincere, and well-ordered, you will not be in bondage to anything. And so the idea is that it's talking about giving our love to God and basically abstaining from giving it to ourselves. This book in general has a consistent theme of don't love yourself, don't worry about matters of men, don't do anything with men, humans, just worry about God, worry about your relationship with God, and be completely devout to that. Abstain from all earthly matters, dismiss them, despise them, and just love God. So it's a very interesting book. It comes from the 1400s by a Christian monk. Apparently he did pretty well in his journey. Bit of a recluse, obviously, by the themes he wrote about in his book. And it really paints a real picture of life and consciousness in a time where the Catholic Church was prosecuting Christians and there was a lot of oppression for Christian belief. So yeah, it was an aggressive time. This book is not for the faint of heart. If you're like vulnerable or sensitive to some of the ideas of avoiding the flesh and avoiding the passions of the human experience, not exactly a book I'd recommend. I was going into January trying to deal with some of my vices, trying to improve myself. So this was a perfect book. And as much as I was doing great midway through the book, it put me back down on my knees a little bit, and I'm really thankful for that, because as much as I wasn't able to conquer the vice that I was working with, I was able to improve dramatically with a few of the other ones, which is really awesome. So I was pretty happy about that. What I love about this book is, although the content is aggressive to oneself, and in contrast to what most average person needs or wants, if you're part of that exclusive club that has never had any issue with self-love, this is a great book because it really helps bring you closer to God and a little bit away from your human problems and your human identity, which, can have issues based on the political climate and other matters such as that. So I really like that. I really like the way that this very unique opinion came to me, and I think it'll be very valuable for you too. Apparently, it's a quite famous book, over 100 translations, and being that it's from the 1450s, you can imagine it's been around, and it's been read by a lot of powerful people in powerful places. So yeah, talking about starving the self, ignoring and dismissing the matters and conflicts of men. That was another thing. I was really upset by the political situation, and this book really helped me get to the point where I'm just ignoring the political situation. I'm watching, but I'm not reacting. I'm just just like a kid who's being annoying. Just ignore them. It's the best that we can do, and that's the best that I can find to do. And this book really helped me settle down my anxiety related to those kind of things. It speaks about the matters of the flesh, and the human experience is very short-sighted. I think it goes over the top, and I think anyone reading it in modern era would say it goes over the top, but again, that's why it's so valuable, because you're not going to get this opinion, the opinion of this book, any other place than this book, in the regular world, in the modern world. It's just so unique, and I loved it. I found it really hard to put down for that very reason. Like by the end, it was dragging on for me a bit, so it took a little longer to finish off. But to get into the meat of it, I was loving it, very much so. It also does a great job at highlighting the value and the virtues of relating to someone's self as being very lowly. So to regard yourself very humbly, to put yourself on the bottom of the priority list. It does a great job. It does a really good job at helping someone who's trying to be more humble. I've often had exposure to the idea that I have some arrogance or some ego that I need to continue working on. I completely agree. There's no denying that. So this book really helped me bring a greater level of humbleness. I mean, obviously, everyone's still got a long way to go with that, but to be humble is important, I would say. And it really does better in the relation to the universe and God when we don't think too highly of ourselves. It's difficult when you're trying to convince people stuff and do sales and science. You know, you need some credibility. So finding the balance between being humble and being credible, again, a beautiful balance. This book really helps do that. Like I said, I'd recommend it to anybody. You can find the ebooks, stuff like that. It's just a great time, and I'd highly recommend it. And yeah, it's The Imitation of Christ by Thomas A. Kempis. If you ever want to talk about it, I won't have a copy, as I'm giving this back to my friend, but she also has an ebook copy, so if I need to borrow it again, I can. And yeah, I'd love to speak about anything on here, because yeah, it's very much about the spiritual journey and the virtues of the spiritual life, and all those things that you believe in, if you believe in those things. So it's a great read. Anyway, thank you. Have a great day. Appreciate you listening. Love to talk about it. If you want to recommend a book, please do so. I got a few other ones that are coming up. Yeah, that's it for now. Have a great day.